So this is not Detroit Lions related, but we're having conversations about Travon Walker and could he be a Detroit Lion? And somebody in the comment section brought up that Travon Walker is a bust. So we're having a dialogue about what constitutes a bust. Now, I'm of the belief that a bust is constant. First of all, I'm only going to call a first round pick a bust. No matter where you are, a first round pick. But trying to compare a Joe Burrow that was picked first overall to a Lamar Jackson who was picked 32nd overall is tough. But then you have Ryan Leaf. You have a Jamarcus Russell, certified bust. Then you have a Chase Young and Aiden Hutchinson. Okay? Aiden, not a bust. Chase Young, would you call Chase Young a bust? You know who you would call a bust? Jeff Okudah. To me, a bust is got to be a first round pick. The higher, the more bustable you are, the quicker you can be labeled a bust. But for me, a bust is a person who has not lived up to any expectation at any point in his career of where they were drafted. You could say that if you redrafted the 2018 draft, I think that's when Lamar came out, whatever draft it was, if you redrafted, I'm sure Lamar wouldn't go 32nd. If you redrafted, Jeff Okudah wouldn't go 3rd overall. Matter of fact, then let's look at the 2021 draft. There's only one quarterback that was drafted in the first round who is still on our team. There's only one quarterback that is a starter, and he maybe shouldn't be, and that's Trevor Lawrence. How many quarterbacks are bust? Mac Jones had a really good first year. Flamed out, is now a backup quarterback. I'm going to let you make the decision. Is he a bust? Trey Lance is a bust. You can't be drafted 2nd overall and be a backup or 3rd overall. Zach Wilson, he's a bust. Trevor Lawrence, what would you call him? That's up to interpretation. Justin Fields, is Justin Fields a bust? That is a perfect draft class, first round, to label bust or not. So I'm not going to call Travon Walker a bust. I don't think Chase Young was a bust. I think that he has underperformed. He had flashes. He was also injured. Sometimes injury could change people's career. I have no fascination with Chase Young. I think he's terrible now, but he is in his 5th year. To be a bust, 2nd overall, I think there has to be no type of flash. You didn't do anything that showcased why you were taken. And I think that's what labels a bust. Calvin Johnson was drafted after Jamarcus Russell. The Raiders could have taken Calvin Johnson. And even though the Lions didn't win one playoff game with Calvin Johnson, he was the superior player. I mean, Jamarcus didn't even watch tape. You've got Peyton Manning, Ryan Leaf. Could you imagine if the Colts took Ryan Leaf instead of Peyton Manning? Right? So bust is a quick label. I mean, some of you were calling Hutch a bust in year 1 and in year 2. And he's anything but that. So I think not only to be labeled a bust, it takes time. And I think that you have to show absolutely no reason that you were drafted as high as you were. But I would love to know your thoughts.